just arrived and we're already escorted by 2 police cars, one in front of us, one behind us. They have Benjamin's driver's license. We have no clue what the problem is. I am Chillin and this is Benjamin. We are traveling the world with our Toyota Landcruiser from Belgium to South Africa. Seems like we're driving in a zone where they don't expect us. We're taking a side trip from the main road, from the border with Saudi to Imri. There's a side track that you can take to visit a desert lakes, which we heard from other travelers that are very nice. But they asked if we have like a special license or permit to go there. We have no clue, that's the problem. We're now driving to the closest police station and hope somebody can speak a bit more English there to explain us what's the problem. We have to retrace 60 kilometers. Oh, I hate this.
Or be thrown in jail.
Apparently we cannot drive on this road. There's no sign at all that you cannot drive it. We're passing cars the whole time, but we cannot be here.
Maybe we missed the sign and all the cars are not cars.
I'm sure we didn't miss a sign. But let's check when we leave this road. So 120 kilometers with our car. It's almost 2 hours. And I clearly don't like it. So this is the moment where you can say it.
We didn't find the sign, but we didn't look hard.
No, there was no sign at all, nothing. Just a very clear road with a
Small sign.
big sign where it's heading to. No indication that it's a private road or a road that you cannot take.
Let it go. Let it go.
First day in Oman wasn't the most exciting one. It took us longer than expected to get where we wanted to get. It's after dark. We have been driving in the dark for the last hour and a half. The border crossing took longer than expected because everything closed down around noon. I think because of Ramadan and they go praying. And then the stop at the police station and the detour. So we hope tomorrow this will be all worth it. We think it will, as even in the dark we saw the shapes of the environment. We're looking down on a lake that is formed in between sand dunes. So we're very curious to see it tomorrow in the light, hopefully with a beautiful sunrise. We'll go to bed early because we're still in Saudi time, and that means here in Oman it's already 1 hour later. So now it's 8:30, Saudi time 7:30. So we can go to bed at 9 Oman time, which is actually 8 Saudi time. We're sleeping so much.
We were so tired that we almost missed the sunrise, but very glad we didn't.
What do you think? Worth the detour? I would say yes.
With such a morning, you might think we immediately had good vibes about this new country. But we didn't feel the Oman spirit yet. We still felt like we were in Saudi Arabia. That was about to change soon. With a visit to Jabreen Castle and Nizwa fort, we finally started to feel like we're in Oman. We didn't see these kind of forts in Saudi, nor had we encountered this many tourists in a long time.
We adapted our itinerary a little bit. Instead of going straight to Salalah, we are first making a stop in Nizwa to further trigger this feeling of being in Oman instead of Saudi. And even more important, it's Friday today, and then there's a lively goat market in Nizwa. So we woke up early this morning and we're now walking to the town to see the spectacle.
Very early.
Yesterday we already walked down in the Nizwa Old Town. It was a little bit shocking to see the amount of tourists. It's been months that we didn't see a lot of other travelers. Not in Saudi, not in Kuwait, not in Iraq, even not in Turkey, because we were there late in the season. Here in Oman, they are. And we're approaching the market. We can feel the buzz. There's a lot of people. Let's check.
Every Friday morning, locals flock to the market to buy and sell goats. Sellers walk around this arena with goats on leashes, advertising their animals. There's a lot of yelling, while potential buyers inspect the goats closely. They check the meat potential, grabbing the goat's back and balls, and examining their teeth to check their health. We also spoke to a man who treats it as a livestock market, literally, buying goats, caring for them, and reselling them a few weeks later for profit. Now we truly felt our Oman adventure had begun, experiencing something completely different. The dress of the Omanis also differs from the Saudis. The Dishdasha has a tassel for perfume or incense, and they wear an embroidered hat called a kuma. When you thought the goats were exciting, wait till they bring in the cows, including bulls, which makes the crowd go wild. And suddenly we are in Salalah. Well, it wasn't that suddenly in real life. The fastest road to get here is a boring 10-hour desert drive.
Nothing as good as a sip of seawater for breakfast. We have reached Salalah in the very south of Oman. Feels like a completely different world. Very green, very lush. There are banana trees, coconut palms, papaya trees. We suddenly don't feel in the Middle East anymore. It's like we're in a tropical destination. We're now walking in between the banana trees.
Salalah is indeed known as the green part of Oman. Every year from July to September, the Khareef monsoon transforms the mountains and wadis into a lush paradise. It's a popular escape for Gulf residents, seeking relief from the summer heat. We're here in April, so we only see the green plantations. The rest of the area is dry. Outside the Khareef season, the main attractions are the beaches. Exactly what we're craving after 7 months on the road. Slowing down. But first we went looking for a shipwreck. This abandoned ship ran aground by a cyclone which struck the coast of Oman in May 2018, got stuck in rocks. The location, next to a sheer cliff, is quite spectacular. We loved sitting at the edge of the cliff, spotting turtles and rays from up high.
Speed of driving is the speed of walking. I mean, slower than the speed of walking. At the end of this 7-kilometer dry wadi should be a little lake and a kind of private beach. We think it will be a stunning place, so this is where we hope to put up camp tonight. And just a little more bumping until we reach it.
Salalah area is full of camels grazing at the beach, an unusual sight, for us at least. Sometimes it seemed we were an unusual sight for them as well.
Give right of way. What now? Okay, you can go. Come, let's go. Come on, you can do it. Oh. What? There's even a camel trail. Looks like I can go. Leave him room to pass.
Shoof! Shoof! Shoo! 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 Shoof! Shoof! Allee, uw maat is daar al. Oh. Oh.
Let's get out. Oh. And he's moving. Big boy. Camp is really pretty. We just went snorkeling and unfortunately that's the downside of the spot. The water is too quirky, you cannot see anything. We think there are turtles because we saw some heads here and there. get to the next beach, Fazayah Beach, you have to descend 1,000 meters vertical cliff through a gravel road, and then you have like Fazayah 1, 2, 3, 4, all different beaches, which should all be very beautiful, where we will pick a spot. We parked at the end of the gravel road with a fantastic view on some kind of hidden beach. You cannot directly access it from here.
I found it.
It's not that hidden, but you have to hike for like less than 10 minutes probably to get to it. So that will be our first activity after having some lunch. We climbed over the hill and now we're gonna descend to the hidden, not so hidden beach. But first we're spotting all the turtles that we can see from the sky. Good morning! Rise and shine! Oh, it wasn't a good night. It was so hot. There was no airflow in our tent. But the good point is I woke up at the first of light. I refreshed myself. I went outside and I watched the sunset on this little hill nearby, watching how beautiful it is where we're located. So not a good night, but a very good start of the day. This spot is just fantastic, really. The sea to both sides, the mountains, the big cliff behind us, some turtle heads peeping over the water, and yesterday we even saw dolphins. I just went in to look for the dolphins. It was quite far off the shore. I was close. There was like a big rock on which I could stand. I was waiting for them. Suddenly I saw them. I went in that direction, but no, I didn't see them. And the visibility of the water is very bad. So yeah, maybe next time.
Our next spot looked completely different. In Khareef season, this wadi is a green oasis. Now it's only a trickling stream. But with the rising temperatures, we appreciate the shade of the trees and end up staying for 3 days, watching the days go by, or better yet, watch the animals go by. It felt a bit like we were on a safari. The camels would be the elephants. Here are the buffaloes.
What about personal space?
These would be the impalas, and here are the zebras. Noisy zebras, so it seems. After Wadi Darbat, we headed back to the coast, but conditions were not ideal, so we had to find shelter a bit further inland. The spot came with a pool. How great! And so we have started the journey further north. Next up, we explore the sugar dunes. We encounter a roadblock that forced us into an adventurous detour to reach Bar al-Hikman, which was not what we expected. We cross Wahiba Sands Desert, hot but gorgeous. Are you with us?